Well, to be fair, an explosion is
Yeah,
about
true.
18,000 miles per hour ish. I mean, it may be lowballing it, but that's what it's at, about 2 or 3 times the speed of sound.
Yeah, it's definitely hypersonic explosion, so that's
Mm-hmm.
still pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. So, just to put
Uh,
that in perspective.
that's good. So I would say in terms of the speed feat, I think I would say Captain Falcon definitely has the edge here. What do you think, man?
Yeah, so explosion about 5 miles per second. That would be an explosion that he dodged. He had to move
Yeah,
faster than 5 miles per second. That's
exactly.
pretty pretty unfair. Yeah. Um, Based on everything I know of, I'm gonna have to give it to him. Of course, I look forward to see what Death Battle has to say, but I would say Falcon's reaction speed is probably going to do him well. Unless, of course, the laser, like I said again, um, I would say that explosion's a lot faster than bullets. Remember, I mentioned that. And it
Yeah.
really comes down to the perception of lasers. Like, I don't know
I mean, if
what
it's
the speed of their lasers are. Everyone's universe is different. Lasers
yeah.
can, in our world, can travel the speed of light.
Hmm.
Lasers in Ben 10's world could travel half the speed of light. Lasers in DC's universe, of course, are going to travel a million times the speed of light because it makes them feel better about themselves when they sleep at night. And, there's
Yeah,
just so many things that go with it. So
absolutely.
it's just like, I'm so like, arg.
If it's
I'm gonna have to go with Falcon on this one.
right on, but
Could
like I
be
said
wrong,
before,
but it's all good.
that's cool. But like I said, in terms of like if it's like a plasma laser or like a laser pointer type of laser, I don't know what that's called. But if it's a magic, because Shinnok's magic is kind of obviously it's magic, so I don't know how much a magic laser is gonna fast is gonna be because magic is kind of cheating in terms of it can be as
Mm.
fast as it wants to be if that makes sense. So
Yeah,
that's gonna
yeah, right. Yeah, you're on the same page as me. It's like I don't know. Like, unfortunately, there's no comic strip that I got my hands on that really can gauge it. So that's the thing about DC and Marvel comics. There's the narrator that like brags and says, "Oh, look what it did," or "It did this."
yeah.
These stuff is just like we're watching it and we're just like, "Wow, man, these people are packing." That's about
Yeah.
it. Like, we don't have like a narrator being like, see. We know what we need. We need straight up Mortal Kombat as a comic book narrated by like Samuel L. Jackson. They were like,
That'd
oh
be
damn,
so.
look, motherfucker threw a laser through a motherfucker play, motherfucker. Oh my god, motherfucker. That was an instant. You know what an instant is, bitch? You know how fast it was for you to get rid of them scabies on your ball? It was faster than you going to the doctors and finding out you had herpes. You know what I mean? Like, we just need like a straight up, like, that's what they need to do.
Yo,
No,
that's
like,
amazing.
before this
Yeah.
cat dies, we need to get him to start narrating some like comic books.
Oh
And he
yeah.
need, he needs to throw it down, man. Cause then we got some feats, damn it. Cause this is it'll make our job a lot easier right now.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Falcon. I'm sorry, man. I got
Yeah.
nothing else. I got nothing else.
Right on. Right on. So I guess we can just turn it to durability, and I guess I'll
Mm-hmm.
start this one off. But just like with strength, it's a lot iffy when it comes to durability because there really isn't a lot of it. As far as I can tell, it doesn't. I never. It doesn't really ever say if he can survive a crash. I don't know if he's ever actually crashed during a race. Which, if we're going to compare them to other racers, they generally die. So I don't think. And
Oof.
obviously, at the very end, when that reactor exploded, he's got incinerated, so he's not that durable. However, if I'm gonna have to look at stuff from the Smash Brothers game universe, which I know is not canon, but it's something it's something to grab a straw at essentially. You know what I mean? He was able to
Mm.
take a punch from Donkey Kong that launched him several feet, and we know how strong Donkey Kong is. Like if you remember that Donkey Kong versus Knuckles fight, I know this is not canon, I know, but it's really all I have to go on because
Well,
I'd
no,
rather give.
that's what they counted it. Yeah, they said like Donkey Kong smacked someone to the moon or some shit or something.
He
Like, he did
smacked
some.
he smashed the moon down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, if that's the case, whew,
but this is Smash and it's non-canon, so it's
Well,
probably not going to count. But it's something to consider.
yeah, yeah. Well, we're taking what we know, and we have to see what Death Battle know,
Yeah,
right? That's
but
all we can
yeah,
do.
definitely. But I assume he could take. I could assume he's since he if he can move and react quickly, I assume he could take a lot of hits. So, and other than that, there's really not a lot to go on with this. Not a lot to go on with his strength. So I
Taking
guess
a
I'll just
punch
end
from
it.
Donkey Kong, which can fucking smash moons. That's
That
basically
is
that puts Falcon at Moonbuster durability. Like
that's
literally, like that's what I got out of that. I mean, oh
yeah,
lord.
that's what I'm
I
thinking
mean,
too.
but okay. Like he could take the punch, and we know Johnny Cage can't punch Moon level.
Yeah,
So like that kind of really puts it in Falcon. Like I could, the best thing I know of is that he could take Sonic screams from Sindel. That is probably like the nastiest thing because Sindel is a nasty bitch. You know, like she
yeah,
can scream and just blow up stuff. He was able to. I don't know how the hell he did it,
yeah.
but he did. And
Speaking of,
obviously, then you got the MK people that all can break diamond.
yeah,
Beating the crap out of him. I remember he got stabbed a few times, survived it. Laser
yeah,
attacks again. Like I said, he jumped and bodied the laser attack.
and also,
He survived. He sacked himself to save Sonya. So I'm gonna have to say none of them none of them are moon level. I'll tell you that already. And if
but
Donkey Kong, if they're gonna count Donkey Kong, and yeah, I know you said is it canon or not? That's where we're
keyword,
at.
yeah, keyword. If they count it, if they don't, then he doesn't have pretty much nothing
So
durability
okay, my
wise.
question to
If
you is why
so,
why wouldn't they count it? I'm not busting your balls. I'm asking you a question. Like why
no,
wouldn't they count? I'm just curious.
I mean, no, I mean they could count it if they think if they think it's fair because, like I said in the beginning, it works
Mm-hmm.
both ways. It's understandable if they do because there's not a whole lot in terms of his durability and
I
strength,
know. What I'm
but it
asking you
also
is like, why wouldn't they count it? Is my question. Like you said before,
why
it's not canon. That's kind of how you pitched it to me. I'm just wondering,
yeah.
like, why do you think they wouldn't? Like, what's your? I'm not against it. I just want to hear your story. Like, do you think if
Mhm.
why do you think they wouldn't count it?
I mean, it just wouldn't make sense continuity wise because Captain Falcon, it's Super Smash Brothers. Like it doesn't, it's not related to their characters' universes. It's just cutscenes and stuff like that. So, like I said, it just be like, so let's
So
just
so it's a cutscene. This happened with Donkey Kong.
yeah, it's like yeah, I think it's
Okay.
it's a cutscene or a game mechanic. But I don't know. I'm pressing this button right now, so let me actually see. But if he
Hmm.
still took a hit, whether in the cutscene or the game, if it's the game, that's even more uncanon. Oh wait,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a cutscene right here.
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
A cutscene to me is probably going to be more. They're probably going to look at it. Remember, we have to think like Death Battle. That's kind of like what
Hmm.
I mean, like whether we like it or not. Like
Yeah, because knowing their root, knowing their own rule, they take stuff from official sources,
mm-hmm.
unless they consider other sources that's canon to the actual timeline or of the continuity of the character. And there's really nothing here that's. I mean, it's Nintendo, but still, like that doesn't really that's not enough to consider that canon because and where in the F-Zero games was it ever mentioned that he took a hit from Donkey Kong? So it's just like it just wouldn't make sense to me in that regard. So if they did reference it, again, I could understand why. But it's just in terms of their own rules, it wouldn't make sense for them
Mm-hmm.
to use this feat.
No.
So if
All
that kind of
right.
answers your question, if I try my best to answer that question as much as I can.
I totally get it. So that kind of really wraps up everything for both of us, for durability and everything. So it really comes down to is are they going to go with Smash Brothers feats?
Hmm.
They didn't with because if they did, then they have to go with like Mario versus Sonic feats, which would totally switch it to Mario.
Yeah.
Then Mario would lose hands down. Like so, it's. I see what you're saying. Like, 'cause it's like it really becomes a cherry picking argument, which is kind of what
Hmm.
I've always in the past I've accused them of doing. I'm like, it's cherry picking. So it's
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. All right, so I guess this is our time to pick. Who? Okay. Are
But
you
but
ready? Is there anything else you want to
but
say before we go to that?
yeah, I do. There's a few more things I want to, kind of put. There's a few more things that I kind of want to, nitpick about. I do want to backtrack a little bit to strength because I did also notice that they did mention a lot that he's been fighting robots. So, and obviously robots is made of metal. So if he can hit hard enough to break metal, then he's gonna have to be like at least in the tens of thousands of pounds per square inch of punching force. And I don't think this is excluding and this is kind of excluding the Falcon Punch. So, if he's able to if he fights some robots and kind of dodge their shit really quickly, then
Hmm.
that's gonna be fairly impressive. But I'm pretty sure Donny Cage has handled robots before. He's handled pretty much everything the universe can throw at him. So I don't
Yep.
think robots would be that big a factor. But that's still something I want to mention. And also, it's always been referenced a lot to Captain Falcon. The Falcon Punch, when he uses it, it creates like a ball of flame that looks like a bird. So, and I feel like they are gonna reference that, like because I know they did that for Knuckles, where in the game he punched hard enough, he created a small explosion, and apparently he did it so fast that it combusted the particles in the air, some bullshit like that. So that may be a similar situation here with Captain Falcon. If he can punch like with fast or hard enough that he can cause a fire or something. I don't know how that works. I don't know the science of it, but it's just one little thing I wanted to bring up.
Hmm.
And also, because they did reference a lot about his Blue Falcon, and that really got me thinking: how are they going to, like, if at all, are they going to incorporate that? Because that just wouldn't make any sense. Like, how are they going to use that in a fight unless he's going to like ram it over? I mean, I guess that's kind of his arsenal since it's pretty much his main thing. But how or not they're going to incorporate that is kind of another question I'm thinking about because it's been referenced a lot, and they also said that. His Captain Fuck is Captain Punch, not Captain Fuck. I'm sorry. that it's Blue Falcon's kind of related to that, but I don't know how. I didn't get too much detail about that. So those are the small little points I just wanted to mention. I'm sorry for all the confusion.
Oh, it's all good, man.
So I guess we should just pick our choice then, man. So I'll let you pick, and we'll see.
Yeah, pretty much. So, I'm. I've grew up with both. I owned the original F Zero on Super Nintendo. I was the original cat that whooped people's butts in Mortal
Right
Kombat
on.
1. Mortal Kombat, by the way, I'll give you guys a quick background. The reason we have ratings on our video games, if you look on the bottom left of your cartridge or right, it says like rated M, T, or E for everyone. Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat is the reason why. The government stepped in and demanded we needed ratings for games. It was because of Mortal Kombat. Just so you guys know, the original game. So I was
Yeah.
playing the original when I was a kid. And I was whooping everybody. I was a beast in it. And like I said, F Zero, dude, I beat that first game no problem. I was a beast at it. My
That
favorite
was a good
person
game.
personally was the golden fox. Yes, right,
Hmm.
because he was the Falcon. The golden fox. That was
Yeah.
that was my car. That was the one I did all the high scores in. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm I'm gonna have to go with Johnny Cage. I think.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that his power is going to overpower. But it really comes down to how they perceive his speed. Falcon speed is more concrete. I feel that's been
Yeah.
explained. Johnny's is more subjective. I'll say it that way.
Hmm. Fair enough.
So, and as far as durability goes, to be fair though, no Falcon got knocked out. Remember with the whole right?
Yeah.
So versus Johnny, he's been stabbed. And he can sit there and talk and have a full blown conversation while being stabbed and just
Yeah.
everything. So, but I guess to be fair though, Donkey Kong punched Falcon. So, ooh, I don't know if
That
Johnny would be able to even put him down. I mean, if you could
that's
take
gonna
a, yeah. I mean,
that's
if you just can't even take him out,
that's the million
ooh,
that's the $1 million question if they're gonna use that particular feat or not.
mm-hmm,
And I'm curious to know like all I'm gonna say is if they are gonna use it, just make it sound like just make it as legitimate as they can make it as they can possibly make that be. Make it sound like
mm-hmm,
okay, that makes sense
mm-hmm.
in terms of continuity and all the other stuff. Because right now I'm not convinced it's consistent with his canon, but that's my opinion. If they use it, okay, fine. Just make it so I can understand why.
Yeah, that's what makes
Naturally,
it
I
so
won't be.
hard for me right now.
It's just one thing.
With the
It's just
durability in hand, Captain Falcon's gonna win. If that isn't the case, Johnny Cage is gonna win. And
And there's
that
one
sounds
thing.
like sounds like I'm like copping out of it, but it's like that sounds pretty logical why we're making her, you know.
Yeah, but keep in mind, there's also one thing you should consider about Johnny Cage. He has this like green aura thing around him. I don't know if I told you that
He could do
before.
god damage and shit.
Yeah, he has this thing where he can like summon this green armor and aura around him, which obviously, which if anything, I feel is like kind of like a power boost, which kind of like boosts his strength and
Yeah,
speed.
that's where his shadow
So
kick and all that shit comes from. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I think that's obviously going to be considered. I think that's probably going to
Hmm.
give him a pretty big edge when in terms of his durability and probably his strength and speed because as you know he throws a lot of that green glap shit at
Yeah.
people that
Hmm.
dash really quickly. So
Yeah.
and keep in mind it said like that power has been used by like the ancient Mayans and some shit to fight along the gods or whatever. So
Yep.
I don't know the specifics of that kind of power, but if it is like to the extent where he can fight a guy, I mean, he fought Shinnok and beats Shinnok, so
Yep.
I wouldn't be able to like, it wouldn't be hard to see why.
Hmm.
But in terms of what I think is gonna win, I honestly I'm kind of on the fence to be honest. I don't really know because most of the because Johnny Cage is a little more straightforward, while Captain Falcon is a little more inconsistent, especially with the whole controversial, final Captain Punch thing in the anime. If someone wants to debunk my thought about that, please do so because I'm curious. Because if someone said otherwise, do so.
Hmm.
But his speed is obviously a big factor. Is he going to be? Is he? Because speed's obviously not the biggest thing why someone would win. But I think he's going to have a huge advantage with that naturally being naturally able to dodge high speed in his F-Zero races. To fight on par with a plasma laser. I don't know if it's plasma, but considering it's a guy, it's probably plasma. I could be wrong. So reaction time, he's got it. So,
Well, yeah.
but
We
his
also have
but
to remember Shinnok's lasers and everything that Johnny
yeah.
dodged and everything. Yeah, it's.
So I just don't know. Like I don't have an answer just because he's good with speed, but his durability and his punch and his striking strength, from what I've seen, from what I've looked at, it's so iffy that I just can't make the call right now. Like I swear, like this is the first time I literally don't have an answer. I guess because I guess I'm just gonna, for now, I guess I'm just gonna say Cage because a lot of his stuff is so much more straightforward. So I guess that's just my answer because so much stuff in Captain Falcon's thing, it can be interpreted so many ways that it's just kind of convoluted in my opinion. So I guess
Yeah.
for now, my opinion can obviously change. Once we actually read the analysis or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
we may definitely change our opinion mid fight. But
Hmm.
for now, I'm just gonna say Johnny Cage just because how more
Okay.
consistent he is.
Yeah, I'm feeling Cage as well at this point. So, everybody, I hope you guys did like our prediction. Obviously, this was part 2 here, and you guys obviously will realize that. If you haven't, then that's just messed up, and it is what it is. Please join
Yeah.
us on the official release of the Death Battle. And other than that, is there anything else, Ivan, as you want to wrap it up for us?
No, I think that's it. I think we should wrap this up. So, guys, thank you so much for. I hope you guys enjoyed our prediction video. Put a lot of work into this. Please go subscribe to me. Go subscribe to Ninja's channel. We're gonna have a playlist right here. Maybe playlist on this other side. Lots of stuff to get your feet wet. And if you ain't got your tea, y'all go find us out there. So believe it. I'm Ivanimal. That's my boy Nidgedfx, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
We are
Peace.
out.
Yeah. That went
Uh,
really.
like
That
a
went well.
platypus.